Okay, so everything should be going good. So anyway, welcome to another episode of the Brotherly Love Show. And today we have a special guest. We've been trying to get Wes on the show for months. And tell us about yourself.
Sorry I've been booked up, guys.
Yeah.
But I finally made it happen.
Yeah. Hard guy to book.
You're a busy guy. Would you move?
We moved this month. That was fun. Still getting everything set up, and it's right around the corner. That was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, for like 3 weeks now, right? 2 or 3 weeks. I hadn't even got to run yet together,
Yeah,
but it's my fault.
Did you run this morning?
I did.
David's?
Yeah, we did the kind of the Run for the Green course.
So for the green.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was gonna ask a couple questions. You can ask questions to Wes.
All right.
We're just gonna drill you with all kinds
Great.
of questions, man.
This is my first
Well-
podcast.
I was start asking about your wife and kids, your history,
Sure.
how you got here.
How'd I get here?
Yeah.
Do you want me to go all the way back to my parents?
Birth.
Yeah. So it was real dark. And then it was bright.
Faint memories.
Right.
Very faint memories.
I don't know. What
I grew up around here
you grew up here?
in Concord.
Really? I always thought you was somebody from Ohio.
From Ohio, you know. I wish
You
I
get
was
that a
from
lot?
Ohio. No, my dad's from Kannapolis.
Really?
He would
You
be.
work in the mill?
Yeah, he was a lint head. He only did a little bit of work. His parents really worked in the mill. And then my mom was from Charlotte. She's a city folk. And
Okay.
so,
What did she do in Charlotte?
what did she do in Charlotte? Well, she was a nurse.
Okay.
And then she came up here to manage a doctor's office. And that along with my dad wanted to build some houses for us, brought us up to Concord. So lived in Charlotte until I was 5, and then we moved up here when I was 5 years old.
So you have brothers and sisters?
I have a brother who's it's like 4.5 years younger. He's down in Birmingham, Alabama. They moved there a year ago from New York, so
Okay.
glad to have him back in the South.
What about kids? Wife, kids? I know you have a wife and kids, but elaborate.
I've got one wife, only one, and 3 kids.
Only one.
But yeah, Joe and I met at a church we were going to when I got out of college and moved back. My parents were going there.
Is that her full name? Joe?
It's
Jolene?
Jody Lynn Richardson, although she doesn't like the Lynn, so she dropped it and kept her maiden name. But I like Jody Lynn.
I like Lynn.
Yeah. But we've been together for like 14 years. We have 3 girls. Anna is 12, Ruthie's 10, and Phoebe's 5.
Ruthie's the one that ran with.
Yeah, she's a runner. Gotta run another 5K with her sometime soon.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely need a Santa Scramble again. Yeah, okay. Well, let's check that off my list. Well, you
Did y'all do that? The Santa Scramble?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That was
Last
good.
year?
Yeah, that's when I met.
Okay.
That was Ruthie's
For
first
some reason I
first
don't
run,
remember that.
and she did a good job.
So recently you got a new house, moved into the neighborhood, well, the neighborhood across the street.
Yeah.
We live in the poor neighborhood. You moved into the neighborhood up the hill.
Well, somebody kind of gave us
Really
the house.
nice. Kidding. How'd that move go?
It was good. It was good. Yeah,
Did Billy come and help you?
he did, yeah.
A little bit.
I made
I
him
can't remember what I
help me
had.
carry the washer.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
that
you give
was-
your real friends,
yeah.
is the washer.
I'll never forget that.
That's right.
Let me check this, make sure everything's going here. It's good.
And the washer went upstairs.
And I'll tell you a
Up
crazy
the
story about us
zigzag
moving.
Stairs.
Can I tell a crazy story?
Yeah, I'm all about stories.
All right, so one day my wife and I get an
This is a
email.
real story?
It's a real
True story?
True story. And the email had in the subject line, it just said opportunity. And we opened it up and it was something from some family friends. And it was like, we know that you guys have a little house and you've enjoyed it, but we'd like to bless you guys and help you get a bigger home. So we called our friends and said, somebody has hacked your email account. And we feel like we got like a Nigerian prince email, like, so, you know, we were kind of blown away by that.
Yeah.
So that was a big God thing, because we were very content with our little house and liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Wouldn't moved at all, but I always think every year, I'm like, you never know what this year's gonna hold, you know, you really don't. So we moved and made that happen for us, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was quick.
Yeah, they gave us the opportunity in April, and then we were gonna wait, thinking this was too fast, but then the market's so crazy, we thought if we wait another year, it could be.
You just found out in April this year.
Yeah.
Just May, June, July, August, so 4 months. You didn't know till 4 months ago you were gonna move in out, and you didn't even think about it. Now 4 months later,
Think about
you're
it. No, and
in a different house.
and honestly, we bought the house in 3 weeks, so,
Well, I'm glad that looked up for you.
yeah,
That just means that we'll see more of you, right?
that's right.
So, well, one thing, Billy and I, we interviewed each other a while back, and we talked about, I think that we said, whether interviewed each other, I asked what was your favorite verse in the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, we did
you
all that.
say to me, I mean, I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
I got it.
Do you have it?
I do not have many verses memorized,
I don't either.
but when I was in college, I read this one verse, actually it's 2 verses, and it like really hit me. So it's John 15, 16, and 17. So
Okay.
it's you did not choose me, but I chose you, so that you may go and bear fruit,
Okay.
you know, fruit that will remain. Whatever you ask in my name, I'll give you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did not choose me. You did a Kairos talk. That was sort of on that terms.
I think I did.
It was about the merchant goes and finds
Oh, yeah.
finds the I can't remember now.
Yeah, he
Well,
finds
it's
the
not-
treasure.
Yeah,
Yeah, the treasure in the field.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what was it? You turned it around though.
Well, yeah, it's really interesting because when you read that, it's like a merchant is going and searching out for, you know, something that's precious. He
Yeah.
finds a treasure in a field, he digs it up, and then
Yep.
he finds it and he realizes like this is something really special, and then he goes and he buries it again, and he comes back and he buys the whole field in order to take possession of that treasure that's in the field. And the 2 prominent ways to look at it, the first one, which is what I would always think, is
Yeah.
like
Most
it's
people would think.
like he is the treasure, you know, and us placing our faith in him is like the treasure that we get in salvation, which I think is one of the
Mhm.
right ways to look at it. I think there's, you know, ways to look at it, but the other way to look at it is that we are the treasure, and then God came down and
Yeah.
buys
He
us because
searched us
we're
out,
of
yeah.
extreme value to him. And that's kind of a neat thing to look at it that way, like we're of great importance to him.
Yeah.
You did a whole lesson on that?
It was in a
Talk.
talk. Yeah.
You could have, so you buried a, I mean, in your story, you buried a fruit in the ground.
I didn't bear fruit. No, we were not in a place where I could do anything.
That was
No, I
at the
mean-
prison. Yeah. He did a talk at the prison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
But in the story,
parable
there
in
was
the
a
Bible.
fruit, right?
yeah,
I'm a slow listener.
It was a
and
treasure.
the treasure.
It was
It
the
was a
treasure.
treasure. There
in the
wasn't
ground.
fruit.
Pirates
Why
booty.
did I say
It was
fruit?
booty.
I mean,
Well, he buried a treasure. Didn't he say something about fruit? Fruit of the spirit, maybe?
maybe.
Well, it's kind of you bury a treasure. It's kind of like burying a fruit, and eventually, if you bury the fruit, it'll eventually produce crops. So you could spun that around. I guess. But burying a fruit is, I guess, kind of like. Read the Bible and praying, and eventually you're gonna produce crops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably got you way off track there. But... Oh, so anyway, you said prison. You did that in prison, so I was gonna ask you about your prison ministry.
Yeah.
You would Billy go and do that, so I was gonna give you some chance to talk about that if you want. What's
Yes,
that called?
pretty cool. It's called Kairos. And I actually went because my father's gone a couple times before me.
Oh, really?
And yeah,
What is how do you spell that?
Kairos. Kairos. So
Is
Kairos.
that an acronym?
No, it just is like in the Bible time. There's different types of time. So Kairos would explain it that in Greek there is chronos, which means like sequential time, which is like what we think of when we look at a clock when we think about time. But then there's Kairos, and Kairos would be like a special time. And the way that they describe it would be like if your wife's going to deliver a baby, and they say she's going to deliver the baby on August 24th.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then August 22nd rolls around and her water breaks. And she says, I'm going to have this baby right now. And you say, no, it's not August 24th. She said, no, I'm having this baby right now. That would be Kairos time. It's like a special time. It isn't like Chronos time where it just happens at the time that you said it. And so Kairos is a special time for guys that get selected in prison to come on like a 3-day, we call it a walk. And it kind of leads them through a set of talks by lay leaders and pastors, and they kind of build on one another and presents the gospel. You don't have to be a Christian to go into it. You don't have to be a Christian when you come out of it. But it just kind of, through different acts of service and different messages, kind of lays out what the gospel is. So,
Okay, so it's kind of a ministry for prisoners and for
yeah, it's powerful for me every time that I go. I know that it's like a special, I know that we're trying to create a special time for these guys, but it's always a special time, I think for our team of guys that go into. So
you think it impacts some of the prisoners substantially.
you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they while we're there, at least, I don't know what happens when we leave, but I mean, they do have follow-up reunion. They call them reunions, like I think it's every Wednesday, right? Yeah.
Or once a month.
Yeah. So, and there are people that from the Kairos that attend the Kairos, the prison, that become like the inside group Kairos, I guess, and they help the future Kairos. So I know it helps. And the whole purpose of that, they're trying to get a church started within the prison is the purpose of the reunions, right? You go back and they start showing how to pray more and how to study the Bible together. And that's the goal is to spread the word of the gospel, but another goal is to get a church going inside the prison walls. Well, after Kairos leaves, you don't want it to stop when we leave. We want it to keep going. But yeah, so at the last day of Kairos, the last day they give them a chance to go up. and
Like an open mic.
yeah, open mic.
Yeah.
And man, that is awesome because they get up there because these big guys with like face tattoos and gold teeth that came in who would never when they came in like 4 days ago or whatever would never ever get up there and say the stuff that they say. I mean, they get up there. What was it? So one time, I think I might have already told this, but a guy got up there and said, and he had the face tattoo and all that stuff, and he's like a gang leader. He said, "Man, y'all feel this? Y'all feel this? I never felt love like this. Jesus has got to be real." And then when he said that, all those guys, they just started cheering and clapping. I mean, because
Did
those are guys that are probably powerful in the prison, and they see that guy get up there and say that. It's almost like freedom for them. I mean, it's awesome. It is. It's a good. I only go because Wes got me going, and I think I've only been twice.
Yeah, that's awesome. That leads me into what I was just talking about. Leads me into prison ministry. You guys have been doing that way before I started this show, Brotherly Love Show. But my first episode on the Brotherly Love was called Brotherly Love, and it was a bunch of verses about brotherly love. And this verse, Hebrews 13, 1, through 3. Oh, my glasses, I can barely read, but let brotherly love continue. Be not forgetful to enter. Can't read that.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Let brotherly love continue. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. Remember them that are in bonds, as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity, as being yourselves also in the body.
So those in bonds, meaning those in prison, right? Talking about the ones in prison. You said someone said they had never seen love like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and just bond prison or just bond within their sin. A lot of them were in bondage before they went to prison because they were like in gangs and stuff, and they couldn't. Once they get into that, it's hard to get out. Just to get in their life. What do you call it? Life sectors, I guess. You just kind of get into a lifestyle, and they feel like that's them. They're not leaving it. They're kind of bound by that, I guess. So, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And with that verse too, it makes me think like we all make mistakes. I mean, different mistakes have different stakes and consequences to them. So they definitely made mistakes that had, they were higher stakes and they had higher consequences. So they are, required to pay the price for what they did, which is their time there. But plenty of us make mistakes and don't have to pay the consequence for it. Whether somebody drank and drive and didn't get caught, or all the things that many of the guys on our team always say, I could have done something wrong, and if I would have gotten caught, I could have been sitting in here with you guys.
So guys are like that.
That's what you realize is they're not that much different, even though they did something.
Yeah, they're not all like from gangs and
stuff
like that. They're just normal.
But that makes me think like not forgetting them because we all sin, and Christ forgives us. But now they might, really want to live a different life, but they're stuck there because they have to, go through that sentence. And it is powerful to me to go back and spend time with those guys, encourage them. I mean, it's encouraging me, but they have to live there. So they really are that church in there, and it's really neat to know that we can go for just 3 days and kind of be a brotherhood and encourage those guys that are bound.
Yeah.
Bound there. So
Oh, awesome. I don't know why you guys haven't invited me.
I was gonna say, when you come,
Yeah.
It just seems like there's always something that
Yeah.
happens.
could you pass the background check?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably the
We got a guy that
epilepsy
could probably
keep-
clean that up for you.
Maybe.
The cleaner. Probably the cleaner.
Oh, did y'all run today?
I did. Just 3 miles though. I didn't. I got to start. I start right now with my dog, Ellison and Elliot are running cross country. So, and we had the hurricane this week, or tropical storm, or whatever. So they canceled practice. So I had. They're trying to. They want to go run, but they kind of at an age where they just can't do it by themselves. So they have to have somebody with them. So it's.
Did you run
Mm-hmm. So I had to.
with the girls?
Yeah. So I'm not getting as many mileage in as I want, but
I was gonna, it's on my list. How did you get into running?
How did I get into running? It's really funny. So, my parents were on like a weight loss journey, and they were starting to do keto, which is like a popular thing. Maybe it's still a popular thing. Like maybe 10 years ago. And as researching keto, saying like, is this a good, smart thing to do? Well, I needed to lose a little bit of weight.
It works for, I mean, I've done keto periodically a lot because of epilepsy
That's what it's created for.
and
wasn't it?
Crohn's,
Yeah.
it helps with epilepsy for sure and with inflammation. Yeah, but one thing, it will help you lose weight, and I didn't want to lose weight, so that was what I struggled with when I was on keto. I started losing weight.
Your six pack showed too much.
Yeah, you know.
wife won't get off of it.
That's right.
So I had to
Stop
go
bothering.
off keto for a while, start eating a bunch of chips so she would stay off of me, you know. But anyway, carry on with the story. So when was this? When
So
they
this
were
was
keto?
probably 5 years ago, maybe. I've only been running for 5 years. I was a big boy growing up, so I did not like running. So I'm learning about keto, and then this one guy that I went to church with was into church one morning, and I'm like, "Why are you? What happened, man? Like you got in a car accident or something?" And I think you said you ran
Right.
like 67 miles a day before.
No. Oh, I don't remember that.
And then I was like, that is insane. I didn't know people could run that far. And at the same time I was learning about keto, there was a lot of ultra endurance guys that were using keto as like a form of energy for ultra endurance. So between Billy running that far that one weekend, doing one of those loop courses and learning about that, I was like, I did not know the human body could be this extreme and do these kind of things. So it sparked my interest, and I started running a little bit. And then Billy
Now
wanted
you run a lot.
a little
I think
bit,
you run more than us.
not farther, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
you definitely run more than me do, than I do.
But I mean, you,
Per week.
well, that leads me to the next thing is the F3 thing. You're pretty consistent with F3.
yeah,
So you hit like, I don't know, usually 10 miles or more on the weekend, on Saturday. Can you explain to the audience
audience.
what F3 is?
Yeah, F3 is, I guess, like a free men's workout group that started in Charlotte and expanded.
It started in Charlotte?
Started in Charlotte, yeah, an attorney down in Charlotte started it. And it's a free peer-led workout group. It's held outside, and it's for men, and it's to invigorate male leadership. So to help men become leaders again.
What is is it F3 is that family
It's fitness,
or fitness?
fellowship, and then faith.
Okay.
And a lot of the guys are
Faith.
Christian, although it is not a Christian organization. So it's anybody of any faith can come.
Yeah, I was the first time I went with Billy, and I think that's the first time I met you. You know, to one of the F3s, and I was surprised out in the middle of Davidson downtown, sitting in a circle praying, which was great. I loved it, but you didn't really see that, you know, especially a place in downtown Davidson, which is mostly liberal. But yeah, it was really neat.
Yeah.
So it's expanded since, when was that when it started?
It's a good question. It's probably been like, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago. And it's expanded to almost all the United States and then into other countries like the UK and Australia and Africa. So really it's a lot of middle-aged guys and it happens early in the morning. And I like it just because of the camaraderie and obviously like the health benefits.
Mm-hmm.
And it is nice to, I would say know your neighbors, like your general neighbors, and then kind of they do some important things, like some service projects and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Stands for faith, family, friends, right?
Fitness fellowship.
Okay, fitness fellowship.
So fitness is the first thing that will get a guy there.
Yeah.
The fellowship is what would probably keep him there. And then faith is what would be like the most important thing.
Yeah.
So,
We were gonna start an F4 one time and had a fourth at Fish House.
that's
We're gonna
right.
go to a Fish House together.
So what's your, so everyone in F3 has a name. They give each other, everybody what is it, a code name or a trail name? Not trail name, road name?
Yeah.
Not always trails, roads, most of the time. What is the name? What is your name?
What's my name?
Yeah.
My name is the Fairy Godfather.
Barry Godfather.
Yeah. Some names repeat every once in a while. I don't think that was gonna
No,
repeat.
no. Thanks.
Repeat, you mean other people show up with one
Like
time?
you might meet the Chachi in Charlotte and then you
Yeah.
meet the Chachi in Mooresville.
It's
you know.
like the worlds collide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to go at it. Almost special workout to see who your real Chachi is.
Yeah, and then you
You
gotta
know,
change your
they
name.
should and the
That
one
would
that
be cool.
loses gets a different
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. That would be
Who was
awesome.
like Chachi's sidekick?
Yeah. I
Peter
can't
Hogan.
remember.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I've enjoyed although I don't go to many F3 runs, but I would like to now that you're here, and we can do it in Afton as soon as the park gets open.
Do you like running in the morning at 5:30?
I know that I need to, but I just need motivation. If there's nobody out there pushing me to do it, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, I'll come pick you up on Monday then. I'll be honking my horn at 5:20.
Do you drive up here?
Are you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just run up to the hill.
But see, there would be that level of commitment and incentive.
Yeah. And fellowship in the park.
Yeah, I'm
Second
not, I'm not really down with the monkey walks up the hill and back down or whatever y'all do. Low crawls. I like the running. And I might one day do a rucksack run, but not anytime soon.
Well, over here, the cool thing is like on Mondays and Fridays, there's like run guys, rock guys, and some guys bike. So it's kind of like whatever works for you. And the good thing about that is, like, let's say hypothetically you're injured from running, but you can bike. Well, you can still kind of be in the game. You can still come and ride the bike or rock or something. So it kind of meets everybody at whatever their level is.
So what about the race that you hosted?
This race.
Yeah.
Yes, this was a brainchild of. So we watched. What was the thing that Chad Wright did? What's that called?
One
Just 1 mile?
Yeah, just 1 mile.
So, this documentary was on a 1 mile loop that was run in perpetuity until one person wins. And I knew that I could not do that. But I thought, what would be something fun that we could replicate? And my parents and aunt and uncle live in Lincolnton, and mom has a lot of land. So we thought, what better place to do it than up there? He's got like 200 acres. So I thought it would be fun. Who's the other guy that does the one in Tennessee?
I can't remember his name. Old guy.
Lars
Yeah, something like
or
that.
Laz.
Laz.
Well, he does one where it's like
4 miles.
Yeah, 4 miles. And I thought, well, we don't have the type of train to do 1 mile, but we could definitely do 4 miles an hour and do a 2 mile loop. So we planned a loop from kind of like the top of a small hillside and then down and around some farmland and back up. And you would do that loop every 30 minutes. So you could run it, maybe it would take you 20 minutes, a little over 20 minutes to run it or walk it, and then the rest of the time you could hang out, and then after 30 minutes you would start it again. And we set it up where it would be 8 hours, which was a little, I'm trying to remember, was that 50K? I think it was 50K. Maybe not. But
What, your
the
run?
distance? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
50K.
Yeah,
Was it 50K? Yeah, so it's a 50K, and had a pretty good amount of people come out. I mean, Lincolnton's not,
Yeah.
it's not right around the corner, but it's not that far. So I think we had probably 30 people, and we had a 2 mile loop, and we had a 1 mile loop. So
Yeah, I had a good time.
yeah,
Fun.
it was fun.
How you pulled that off so quickly, and everything went so smooth.
Well, that was my family,
Yeah.
my
Wow.
aunt, and uncle, and cousin, and parents.
You guys plan on doing it again?
Yeah, I think we're gonna do that every April. I would love to do it where it would be longer. I think it'd be neat for it to get into the nighttime. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean,
Maybe do 12 hours?
yeah, 12 hours would definitely be good. I'm trying to think of that time of year. Would it
Yeah,
get
it was
dark?
a little too easy for Billy.
You
No,
too.
whatever.
No.
You were sandbagging. So
No.
after a while, going down the hill and coming back up the hill started to build up
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
the
It
last 3 laps that I did, my quads were cramping on me every time I went down the hill. So
It would be pretty tough.
yeah,
It was fun.
what was y'all's experience with that run?
Um.
What was y'all's hydration?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I did
Oh,
a pint of milk every 6 miles.
Yeah, I did about that.
That was my plan.
It's like a milk challenge and
Yeah.
an ultra
It-
marathon.
It was great though. It was really refreshing,
That's why he got
and you could feel it for.
second place. I got third. That was all milk.
Yeah, you could feel it. After you drunk it, I mean, you definitely could feel the energy coming back to you and just like an uplift.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
and I think the fat too. You could feel the energy
Yeah.
from the fat.
It didn't.
Especially if you got
It didn't sit bad at all.
no.
Actually, maybe my
Because you're
stomach
not
feels
running
better.
fast.
Yeah, that's true.
An ultra run. If you're running fast, then I imagine the milk wouldn't settle very good, but nothing would, you know.
Yeah.
But if you're doing slow run, milk is perfect because goes down easy. It's got all the vitamins and minerals you need.
Just don't warm it. It might put you to sleep. Warm milk.
Yeah.
Oh, you could do that would be a good way to have like a baby bottle pacifier because it wouldn't spill out. Just
Yeah, and you can just squirt.
there you go.
Squirt your face with it. Cause it gets hot, man. Alright, so around mile 10, it was getting a little warm. I don't know how
It was only the low 70s, but it was pretty exposed.
I was
majority
getting
of it.
warm.
Yeah.
So that's all. If it was Gatorade sitting there, like cold Gatorade and cold milk, I could only think about the milk. I didn't care anything about Gatorade.
You should have a cow out there next time. Just
You
fresh
have
milk.
cows.
Take it straight off the cow.
Don't
Yeah.
you guys have cows?
No cows.
I don't know.
I've talked it up, but they're not going for the cows yet.
It'd be perfect.
Yeah. Get some raw milk.
So with the F3 thing, what do you think about doing I don't know if we could get, well, I don't even know if it's needs to be F3, but coming up with our own race here in Afton.
Let's do it.
With the parks open. Been thinking about that for years.
Is the park like accessible at all hours?
Not right now.
But like when it's
Yeah,
open,
there's-
you can go there.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much any time of day.
Well, yeah, you could.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could get you could do 1 mile loop. Just forever. Consistent. Do a 24-hour race there. Or you could take the Greenway. There's a lot of,
I like it. Plus, you guys wanted to do something to Craigslist, didn't you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still do want to.
I think,
I
yeah,
keep missing the windows.
well, this month we're gonna do a marathon, right?
Well, I've heard this.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, and then next month, I thought maybe we would just go ahead and do the Afton Challenge for 50K.
All in here?
Not the Afton Challenge.
Oh, the Franklin. Yeah.
Franklin
Yeah, that sounds
Park
good.
Challenge. To do a 50K.
How many miles is that?
30.
31.
31.
And then, so what is that? August, September, so in October, we're gonna do a 50 miler. We gotta come up with a course for that. And then November, we're gonna do 100K, 62 miles. And in December, maybe December, January, we do the old 100 miler.
What's the plan for the 100 mile?
I was hoping that, I mean, I don't know for sure, but as far as a course, I was thinking being close to home, where I could just do loops at the park if the park was open, have a cooler and food down there at the park, bleachers or whatever's down there. And then if I need to come home and rest for a little bit, come home, eat some dinner, and then go back and just try and get 100 miles, whether it takes me a day and a half, or takes me 1 day, day and a half, 2 days.
It's freaking awesome.
Well, I mean, not done yet, but like, I want, you're welcome to come and join.
I'll definitely jump in on some of that.
Well, this month, when are we gonna do the,
Yeah, we need to make a date.
this month we're doing a marathon.
20
so-
days. So, whenever. The marathon I can handle probably any time. But
Today was so
yeah,
hot.
well, it's hot, but you can struggle through it.
I gotta look at the weather and figure out the perfect day. I don't even mind if it's drizzling a little bit. That'd kind of be
That
nice.
would be good. We ran in the rain on Thursday, and that was awesome.
Drizzling without humidity and maybe the 70s, high 70s. That'd be perfect. We'll see if we're blessed with that. What is today's the? I can't see anything.
Chance.
Today 10th.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm at 22 miles for this week. Tomorrow I'm gonna try and get to 30. I'm gonna get 7 miles, 8 miles tomorrow. And then I'm gonna start stepping down in mileage. Anyway, yeah, so, man, you're welcome back anytime. You can just become a regular if you want. It's all up to you. I do not want to impede on your family life, but I'm gonna try and do one of these episodes every week, and if I can. Sometimes things come up. Yep.
So both you guys drink this tea out of mason jars. Is there anything special about it?
No. Not mine are peanut butter jars left over. Smuckers.
I don't know what this one is. This is
A ball jar?
Yeah. I wish there was a cool story.
no. This is just.
Do you make yours in a coffee maker too?
I got a. It's just a pot. I steep the water, and then I just pour the water.
Well, maybe I need to start drinking this. What kind of tea is it? Bill?
Mine's Louisiana.
I don't. I do Earl Grey.
Earl Grey?
It's good too.
Grey.
Yeah, Earl Grey's
I
good.
like a little bit. Earl Grey has a little bit of what is it? It's in Earl Grey.
Bergamot?
Bergamot. Yeah.
Yep.
And it just gives it a little bit extra flavor. But I like Louisiana too. But I make my own. I just do one tea bag. Actually, I did 2 tea bags for this, and it's about there to water, and then I put ice on top of that, and it's still hot, and then topped it off with water.
And no sweetener. But
No. I
No,
don't
no
usually do
sweetener.
anything sweet.
I like mine a little hot.
really,
Yeah, I like hot tea usually, but if I'm doing a big jug, I cool it off with ice, and it's still kind of lukewarm.
so that's the secret.
Lukewarm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean sometimes I enjoy an iced tea from. They have good iced tea at Quick Trip actually. Boy, it's so good.
Cute tea.
It is good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for inviting me to the Brotherly Love show.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's pretty much all we got today.